Exchange and Study Abroad Coordinator for Acadia University. I deal with the inbound and outbound students for exchange. So you'll be working directly with me as you prepare for your exchange and, of course, when you're here as well. So we're going to do a little bit of an icebreaker today. We'll talk about the university and the town, go over some exchange logistics, and of course there'll be time for questions at the end. But if you have questions at any time, feel free to put them in the chat. So I will ask you to pull out your phones, or you can do this on your laptop. So go to menti.com and enter the code, or you can scan the QR code on your phone as well. And maybe give a thumbs up once you're in the Menti app. Nice. We got one person in it so far. Wonderful. We're figuring it out. All right, so I'll keep the QR code on the next screen for those that are still trying to figure it out. So I want to know, what institution are you coming from today? I see a couple familiar faces listed in our group. Nice. Universidad La Roja. Got to practice my Spanish a little bit. I actually did my exchange in Ecuador, but that was many years ago, and I've been a little rusty. City U of Hong Kong. Awesome. We have one student from City U at Acadia right now, and we're sending one student your way next semester, so that will be exciting. And I'm assuming we have other people representing other universities as well, but not quite engaged in the anonymous response. Perfect. Yeah, Bielefeld. I had the wonderful opportunity to visit, and I'm excited to hopefully send some students your way. So I want to know, how familiar are you with Acadia University? You're obviously a little curious, that's why you're here. But maybe you don't know so much, or maybe you know a lot. A bit familiar. Wonderful. Never heard of it. Cool. Well, now you have. That's great. So hopefully after this session today, you'll know a little bit more about Acadia and can better consider it for an exchange option. So a bit more about you. Do you prefer big cities or small towns? Ooh, 50-50. Nice. Okay, big cities getting up there. So Wolfville, Nova Scotia is a small town. We have a population of 5,000 people, and our student population is around 3,600 now. So our student population actually almost doubles our town population throughout the academic year. But we are only 1 hour from the major city of Halifax. So if you're looking for a little bit of a big city break, you can head that way. And do you prefer living on campus or off campus? On campus, nice, leading the charge. So we do offer guaranteed housing on campus for our exchange students. Of course, you'd have to apply within the specified deadline to ensure that you get housing. But we have lots of options on campus, and I'll talk a little bit more about those. And we also have a new office on campus that is supporting students with off-campus housing. So for those of you that are interested in living off campus, we have exchange students that are looking to sublet their place, and we have the office that can support you. So lots of options for our students. And do you prefer sports or social clubs? Athletics, getting up there, nice. So we have a lot of athletic options, from varsity to drop-in and everything in between. And we have a number of social clubs as well. So I'll get into that throughout the presentation. And I want to hear from you about what you actually value the most when considering going on exchange and which partners that you choose. Is it academics? Is it country? Is it the duration, cost, available supports or services? Or is it student life, the non-academic things? Student life, nice. Yeah, that's always a really big one for our exchange students. And Acadia is that like classic college town. The town and the university are really interlinked, so it's a wonderful spot for students. And there's so many opportunities for you to do non-academic experiences in our classic college town. Country and region, yeah, I find a lot of people they want to come to Canada, and Canada's a really, really big country, so there's wonderful partners to explore. And on that note, what interests you about studying abroad in Canada? Are there certain stereotypes that you want to see are true, or is it our Canadian winters? Or maybe we've just heard really good things from friends that have come before. Language, culture, and nature. Awesome. Those are really, really great reasons. So in Canada, of course, the primary language is English. In Nova Scotia, where our university is located, we also have pockets of French Acadian communities, so you can pick up a little French. And we do have a French club here on campus. There's lots of different Canadian cultures, and our university is actually in between two Indigenous reserves. So you can connect with our Indigenous culture here in Mi'kma'ki. And Mi'kma'ki is known as the provinces of Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Maine in the US, and the Gaspé Peninsula of Quebec. And we have lots and lots of nature around. There are walking trails even straight from our campus and in and around town. Getting to know another country, experiencing another type of living. Yeah, for sure. There may be similarities between your university or institution and ours, but of course, being in a new place with different people, you'll always get a whole different experience. And the last question I want to know is what words would you use to describe your home university? We find a lot of times this really emphasizes why our partnerships are successful because there's so many great similarities between our institutions and what our students value. And it's anonymous, so your host, your home university won't know. Middle size, modern, open, nice. Those are all really, really great words. Friendly, local, small. That's definitely in line with the Acadia experience. Famous, yeah, crowded. Well, you'll definitely have a slightly less crowded experience in small town Nova Scotia. So that might be a nice break for you. And lastly, if you have any questions throughout the presentation, you can drop them into this anonymous question forum, and I'll look back at these at the end of the presentation to answer them. Or if you're feeling brave, you can put your questions in the chat or unmute yourself. So, of course, you can see there I am, Chelsea Hanoun, the coordinator of exchange and study abroad. Some of your international office might be familiar with my colleague Daniel McGregor, and he works more on the partnerships and agreement side of things. Diana Jones is our manager of international student affairs. So she runs the Wong International Center and helps with like the onboarding of international students. And this includes exchange students. So you'll be familiar with some emails coming from her as well. And of course, my boss, Michael Holmes, is the director of Acadia International, and he gives me the wonderful opportunity to actually visit some of our partners, like I did in this October when I was in Europe. So it was a really wonderful opportunity to strengthen our partners and meet you even before you come. So you might be thinking, where is Acadia University? So Canada is a really, really big place. So you can see we have some major cities listed here: Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, and Montreal. And Acadia is on the eastern side of Canada in the province called Nova Scotia. So we're 1 hour from the city of Halifax and 1 hour from the international airport. And as I mentioned, we are in the territory of Mi'kmaq. So this map can be found on our exchange website, but basically it shows where all of our different partners are. So you can see we have the University of Tours, and just across the pond of the Atlantic Ocean, here we are in Nova Scotia. So you can see where the international airport is, the city of Halifax, and of course, Wolfville and Acadia University. So our university is situated along the Minas Basin, which is connected to the Bay of Fundy, which actually has the highest recorded tides in the world. So it's a really cool opportunity to walk down to our waterfront and see high tide and low tide twice a day. So as you consider if Acadia University is the right fit for you, I've included some links here, and this presentation will be posted on our website after, so you can kind of click around. As much as I really, really want you to come here, I want to make sure it's a good fit for you and you will enjoy it based on your interests and needs. So I recommend checking out the Instagram page When in Wolfville. This is run by our town, so it's a really nice way to see what's happening in the town, what kind of vibe there is, what activities are going on outside of the university. So as I said, our town and university are quite interlinked. They're only like a 2-minute walk from each other, so you'll be in the town doing things really, really often. And because they're so close, a lot of these opportunities are targeted towards students. We also have our tourism page, and this is run by the province of Nova Scotia. So you can see some of the activities that you can do in the evenings or weekends or day trips around the region. So lots of really great opportunities. So I'm just going to play this video now to get you introduced to one of our events that happens annually during our September orientation week for students. I heard somebody say that the sound isn't working. So I'll just drop the link in the chat, and folks can watch it at their own leisure after the fact. But it will just give you a really great overview of some of the activities that you can expect during our orientation week. And this is a really fun opportunity for students to really get a feel for the town and to feel welcomed. So over here, you'll see some photos, of course, within our spring, fall, and summer seasons. You see no snow listed yet, but where our university is located is in the food and wine region of Nova Scotia. So there's plenty of fresh produce around, lots of great nature. You can go apple picking in the fall. We have a rail trail that goes through our town and connects to neighboring towns, so you can rent bikes for free at our public library, and go explore. So that's a really fun opportunity. And of course, we have winery tours, and beaches, and we have Grand Pré National Historic Site in the town next to us, which is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So really cool place to explore. And of course, if you're coming during our winter semester too, you will get to see some snow and experience a Canadian winter. So if you want to stay a little close to home, we have walking trails right from campus. If you're just looking for a short outdoor adventure, we have a ski hill that's 25 minutes away, lots of beaches that you could still explore in the winter. There's no such thing as bad weather, right? Just bad clothing. And a lot of our neighboring wineries have outdoor skating rinks, and of course our Acadia gym has an indoor skating rink as well, and they do skate rentals for the indoor one for free. So this is a picture of our campus. So as you can see, it is quite lovely and condensed. So you can walk from your classes, from your residence building within 5 minutes. So it's really easy and fast to get around. On the right-hand side, you'll see a stretch of low-lying buildings, and that is our main street where a lot of our local shops and bars and restaurants are. And of course, you can see we're beautifully situated on the waterfront and among farm country. So as a little snapshot of Acadia University, we have an average class size of 28 students with a faculty to student ratio of 15 to 1. So it's a really great opportunity if you want a more personalized academic experience. You really get to know your professors, ask the questions that you need, and get the support that you want. And we have lots of ways to get involved, and we are always growing the number of countries that are represented at Acadia University with our exchange program and, of course, our international students as well. So as you know, or you may be figuring out, the exchange partners will differ from their academic calendars between your home university and the place that you end up going. So our semesters go from September to December for semester one. And typically in September, we get that nice summer weather continuing in, and then in October and November and December, we really feel that fall to winter transition, but we don't really have much snow yet, luckily. And then semester two starts in January and runs till April, so you will get to experience that Canadian winter, and then the joy of spring as April comes around. In terms of courses, at Acadia, we don't require students to take courses that are specific to their program for the exchange students, of course. So you can pick courses from a variety of programs that are available. I have one student that I was just chatting to, and she is taking 4 courses next semester, and they're from 4 different programs. So it's a really great variety and opportunity to explore some of your interests. So we have the Faculty of Arts, Pure and Applied Science, and Professional Studies. We also have some theology courses as well if you're interested in those topics. And in terms of housing, as I mentioned, we do offer guaranteed housing as long as you apply within our specified deadlines. We have 11 buildings available on campus for students. So I'll show you a little bit about them. So if you go to our Acadia University website or just Google Acadia Residence, you'll find this website, and you can explore each of the different buildings that are available. So for example, we'll click Cutton House. You'll see a little bit about us, some like stats about like room types, community, living environments. You'll see some photos and a floor plan. And then up here, you'll be able to see what types of rooms are actually available. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of rooms in this building. So I know a lot of our exchange students prefer to live in single rooms. So this is a great option to explore single, deluxe, super single, and premium. You can see the different layouts and some photos. And for example, this is what a double room would look like. So when you apply, you typically have to put in a couple options, and then you'll be matched to a residence. So it's wonderful to actually look through each of these to make sure which would be the best fit for you. So I will mention that if you are living on residence, it is required to have a meal plan. And that's because our residents have limited kitchen space. So we offer on-campus dining hall, and you can eat your breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, as much as you want there, basically at almost any time. So there's a really great opportunity just to take a break from cooking and be a little catered to. But of course, in our dining hall, we do have a cooking space that students can use. So it has a fully stocked pantry and fridge and all the dishes and cooking utensils that you'll need. So if you do feel like cooking, you don't have to worry about grocery shopping, but you could still have the enjoyment of cooking. And actually, you're not allowed to clean up because we have certain cleaning standards. So you just leave your dishes in the sink and somebody cleans up after you. So that's always fun if you have to run to class afterwards. If you are coming in our fall semester, semester one, we also have a community like farm, community garden on campus. So if you're coming in the summer, fall, you can access and use that if you want to even grow your own food. So in terms of cost, of course, you don't pay tuition to Acadia as you're a participant in our exchange program. There is a student organization fee that you'd have to pay that gives you access to all of the services on campus, from healthcare to sports to clubs. You are automatically opted into our medical and dental insurance. You can opt out, and we do have a new process to get like prorated refunds if you don't use it. But that is a process that we can help you on case by case. And of course, you'll just have to budget for books and materials. Of course, if you need a passport, a visa to come, accommodations and meals. And I find a lot of our exchange students budget a little extra money for trips on the weekends and during the reading break. So in the fall semester, we have a reading break typically end of October, early November. And then in our second semester, we have a reading break around February for a week long. So students often go to like Toronto or Montreal to explore a different part of Canada. So if you decide Acadia University is one of the options that you'd like to go to for exchange, you would do your internal exchange application with your home university. Your program manager would nominate you for exchange, and then once I receive that nomination, I'll send you information about how to apply formally to Acadia as an exchange student. And then after that application process is done, you'll be able to register in courses and apply for housing. So this is just a little look about our community here at Acadia University. It's a really great, friendly place to meet people. Of course, we do find some of the exchange students meet other exchange students and international students a little easier than the local students, but that's always the case for our students going abroad as well. So we are working to build more like buddy programs and opportunities like that for our outbound students to connect with our inbound students and really integrate you into the Acadia community. And as I mentioned, we do have that classic college town. So people do gather for the football games. In the winter, we have basketball games. So if you're looking to go out with friends or just be part of the community and enjoy your solitude, you can totally do that. So some logistics about actually coming to Acadia. As I mentioned, Diana is our international student affairs manager, and she, with her student assistants and other staff, help arrange airport pickup, residence move-in, orientation events and sessions for our international and exchange students. So there are 2 dates per semester where you can get a free ride from the airport to Acadia University, which is about an hour drive. So this is a really great service to sign up for. And of course, there are mentors that will help you situate in your residence and a number of educational and fun events that happen throughout the orientation weeks. Our orientation in fall is much bigger than the one that happens in January, just because we have a much smaller number of students that come in January versus the fall. So I'll also point out these Instagram pages as another great resource to figure out if Acadia University is a good fit for you. So we have the Acadia Student Union. So this is fully student-led, and they run a lot of the services available on campus. We have the Acadia International Center, as I mentioned. They put on a lot of events for our international and exchange students. And of course, the general Acadia U page is more run by the larger university. So if you're interested in getting involved and doing things beyond your academics, we have a number of sports and interest clubs available to you. So you can see this is quite a long list, but it is available on the website linked here. But basically, you can see that any interest that you may have is you're likely to find here. So we have sports clubs to like faculty and academic interests to more like society. So I really empower you to explore these options and get involved. A lot of our exchange students actually joined our sign language club this year, so they were already bilingual and now they're learning a third language. So really fun opportunity to meet people and gather regularly. And of course, many of you said you were interested in athletics. So our exchange students do have the opportunity to participate in varsity athletics. So if that is something that you are interested in and would like to continue well on exchange, you can reach out to me and I will connect you with the appropriate coach, and they will work with you on a case-by-case basis to see if you're a good fit for the team and get you signed up for that. We also have drop-in sessions, fitness classes, intramurals. So there are more casual ways to participate in sports and athletics on a regular basis, or casually, however you see fit. And our athletic center has a gym, an indoor pool, an arena for like ice skating, a gym, a dance studio, of course the football field, and we have an indoor and outdoor track as well. And this comes along with your student fee at Acadia. So this gives you access to everything. And while we are a small institution, we have a lot of supports for students. So we have Jen in the registrar's office, and she will help all of the exchange students register for their courses. So that is always really helpful, as there are some prerequisite restrictions that she's able to help you navigate. We have folks in financial services if you need to work out like a payment plan, if you have like funding from your university that comes monthly, that is something that we can work on a case-by-case basis. If you have an academic accommodations at your home institution, our accessible learning office can coordinate with your home institution to ensure that you get those here at Acadia. And of course, if you're looking for student jobs, we do have a new program here on campus that if you do have the appropriate study permit that allows you to work, you can work here on campus. And we have a number of jobs that are set aside specifically for international and exchange students. And I will mention that my office is hiring for next semester, and the application is now open. So if you are coming next semester or know somebody that is, definitely let them know that I am hiring an exchange and study abroad assistant. And of course, we have healthcare on campus, counselors on campus, so your physical and mental health is well taken care of here. And we do have health centers and pharmacies in town as well if you need anything beyond the university. And here are just some pictures of our current exchange students here at Acadia. They're wrapping up now, almost the end of November, and heading into exam season. So only a month left with them here, but they've really been enjoying their time and maximizing all their opportunities to travel and do some non-academic things in addition to their wonderful studies. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, I'll head back to that page and we can kind of chat a little bit more about your specific interests.